Let's dive into one of photography's most dynamic and visually striking techniques: panning. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned shooter, understanding panning can completely change the way you capture movement and energy in your photos. You've seen those shots, where the subject is razor sharp, but the background melts into a blur of color and motion. It's pure energy, frozen in time, and it instantly grabs your attention. Panning is all about moving your camera in sync with a moving subject. As you follow their path, you create that signature motion blur in the background, while your subject stays crisp and clear. It's a technique that brings a sense of speed and direction to your images. Why bother with panning? Because it transforms static, lifeless images into stories packed with speed, excitement, and drama. It's the difference between a photo that simply documents a moment and one that makes you feel like you're right there in the action. Think about a race car. If you just freeze it with a fast shutter, it might look like it's parked. But with panning, you can make that car look like it's tearing down the track, full of life and speed. The secret to great panning is matching your camera's movement to your subject's speed and direction. It's a skill that takes a bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, the results are worth it. When you nail the technique, your subject pops out of the frame surrounded by streaks of color and light that tell a story of motion. It's a look that's impossible to ignore. Panning isn't just for sports. You can use it at a busy city street, at a wildlife reserve, or even at your local park. Once you master it, you'll find opportunities everywhere to add drama and excitement to your photos. And here's the best part: panning isn't just for professional photographers. Anyone with a camera can try it. It's a creative tool that's accessible to everyone who wants to capture the feeling of movement. Practicing panning teaches you more than just a new technique. It sharpens your sense of timing, improves your control over the camera, and helps you see movement in a whole new way. You'll find yourself more connected to your subject and the environment, anticipating their next move and capturing moments you might have missed before. Ready to make your photos burst with life and energy? Let's get started and see how panning can transform your photography. This is how you turn ordinary action into extraordinary images, by adding a sense of speed, movement, and excitement that leaps off the screen. Mastering panning adds a powerful and versatile skill to your photography arsenal, opening up new creative possibilities. So let's unlock the secrets of this awesome technique together and start capturing the world in motion like never before. First, set your camera to Shutter Priority Mode, S or TV on the dial. This mode is essential for panning because it gives you direct control over how long your camera's shutter stays open. By choosing the shutter speed yourself, you can create that beautiful motion blur in the background while keeping your subject sharp. It's the foundation of every great panning shot. Shutter Priority lets you dial in the exact speed you want, which is the key to mastering panning. Start with a slower shutter speed, around 1/30th to 1/60th of a second, and adjust as needed for your subject's speed and your comfort level. Next, switch to continuous or burst shooting mode. This setting allows your camera to take multiple photos in rapid succession with a single press of the shutter button. Firing off a series of shots as you track your subject increases your chances of nailing that perfect moment when everything lines up: sharp subject, blurred background, and dynamic energy. If your lens has a panning-specific stabilization mode, make sure to activate it. This mode is designed to stabilize only the vertical shake, letting you pan smoothly from side to side. If your lens doesn't have this feature, try turning stabilization off completely. Standard stabilization can sometimes fight against your intentional movement, making it harder to get a clean pan. Don't be afraid to experiment with your gear's settings to see what works best for you and your style. Choose a telephoto or zoom lens. Something in the 70 to 200 mm range is ideal for panning. These lenses let you get close to the action even from a distance, and help you isolate your subject from the background. Longer lenses not only fill the frame, but also compress the background, making the motion blur look even more dramatic and visually striking. Don't worry if you don't have the fanciest or most expensive lens. Any lens with enough reach to keep your subject prominent in the frame will work. The key is to have enough focal length to separate your subject from the background. Before the action begins, double-check your camera setup. Here's a quick checklist: shutter priority mode, burst shooting enabled, stabilization set appropriately, and the right lens attached. Being prepared means you won't miss a fleeting moment. With these settings dialed in, you'll give yourself the best possible chance at capturing sharp, energetic images that really showcase the excitement of motion. Now, you're ready to focus on the creative part, capturing motion and telling a story through your images. Take a few moments to get comfortable with your setup. Practice moving with your subject and reacting quickly so you're ready when the action happens. Let's move on to dialing in the perfect shutter speed and focus so you can start capturing those stunning panning shots. Shutter speed is everything in panning. Start around 1/30th to 1/60th of a second for most subjects. For slower subjects, go even slower. For faster ones, speed up a bit. Too much blur? Increase shutter speed. Not enough? Slow it down. It's a balancing act. Sharp subject, blurred background. Set autofocus to continuous AFC or AI servo, so your camera tracks moving subjects. Use dynamic or zone AF modes for a bigger focus area. Easier to keep your subject sharp. Let your camera help you, but keep practicing your timing. Combine the right shutter speed with reliable focus for the best results. Don't be afraid to experiment. Every scene is different. Next, let's master your movement and stance. Panning is as much about body movement as it is about camera settings. To truly master this technique, you need to become aware of how your body moves and how it can help you create those dynamic, motion-filled shots. Start by standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and your knees slightly bent. This stance gives you a stable base but also keeps you flexible and ready to move smoothly with your subject. As you pan, rotate from your waist, not your feet. Keep your lower body planted and let your upper body do the work. This helps you maintain balance and control throughout the motion. Begin tracking your subject before you even press the shutter. Continue to follow them smoothly through the viewfinder both during and after you take the shot. Remember to follow through. Don't stop your motion abruptly when the shot's done. This follow-through is key to keeping your subject sharp and your background beautifully blurred. For extra stability, tuck your elbows in close to your body. Use the viewfinder pressed gently against your face as a third point of contact, which helps reduce camera shake. Hold the camera firmly, with one hand on the grip, and the other supporting the lens from underneath. This grip gives you maximum control and steadiness. Practice the panning motion without even taking a photo at first. Track passing cars, cyclists, or even people walking by to build up your muscle memory and confidence. Focus on making your movement as smooth and consistent as possible. Avoid jerky swings or sudden stops. Fluidity is what creates that perfect panning effect. The smoother your pan, the sharper your subject will appear against a beautifully blurred background. This is the hallmark of a well-executed panning shot. Doing dry runs before the real shot helps you react instinctively when the moment comes. Rehearse your movement so it becomes second nature. Think of panning as a dance, your body and camera moving in perfect sync with your subject. The more in tune you are, the better your results will be. The right stance and motion truly make all the difference. Small adjustments in your posture can have a big impact on your final image. Keep practicing until the movement feels completely natural. The more you practice, the more confident and fluid your panning will become. Once you've mastered your movement and stance, you're ready to choose the perfect backdrop for your next panning shot. The background can truly make or break your panning shot. Look for backgrounds with color, texture, or repeating elements. Trees, fences, or city lights all work well. Avoid plain walls or empty skies, they simply won't show motion. Position yourself parallel to your subject's path for those classic blur lines. More distance between your subject and the background means smoother, more pleasing blur. Scout your location for the best possible angles and backgrounds before shooting. A great backdrop adds drama and context to your image. Don't overlook this crucial step in your creative process. Everyone messes up at first, don't sweat it. If everything's blurry, your shutter speed is probably too slow, or your pan is jerky. Start faster, then slow down as you improve. If your subject is blurry but the background is sharp, you're not matching the subject's speed. Pan faster. Always check your settings. Shutter priority, burst mode, continuous autofocus, stabilization. Small technical slips can ruin a whole shoot. Make a quick mental checklist before you start. Don't get discouraged by early failures. Panning takes practice. Each blurry shot teaches you something. Analyze what went wrong and adjust. Persistence is key. Your first sharp shot will be worth it. Celebrate small wins and keep experimenting. Remember, every pro started with a bunch of blurry photos. stay patient, and keep shooting. Let's see how to practice in real-world scenarios. The best way to learn panning is to get out and shoot. Start with cars on a road. They're predictable and great for practice. Move on to cyclists, dogs at a park, or kids playing sports for more challenge. Each subject teaches you something new about timing and technique. Use a monopod for extra stability if you have one, especially with heavy lenses. Pre-focus on a spot if your subject's path is predictable. Don't stress about perfection. Focus on smooth pans and sharp subjects. Try different shutter speeds and lenses for creative effects. Break the rules. Experiment with wide angles or super slow shutter speeds. The goal is to capture energy and motion, not just technical perfection. Every session builds your skills and confidence. Have fun and let your creativity lead. The more you practice, the more intuitive panning becomes. Soon you'll be capturing motion like a pro. Grab your camera and start shooting. Your best panning shot is just ahead.